Yeah. The island has its own gospel, not written in any book. In the salt, in the people who stayed. Listen. From the coral to the canopy, from the shore to the hill, I have heard a gospel preached by the ocean standing still. Not the kind they build a church for, not the kind they put in stone, but the kind that lives inside you from the moment you are grown. In the island, in the salt air, in the woman and the man who woke up before the sunrise with their children and their plan to survive another season, to give thanks for what remained, because the island gospel teaches that the blessing lives inside the rain that tried to take you. Barbados gave me scripture before I knew the word. Gave me women who were gospel before the gospel could be heard. Hey, in any church that housed them, they were already divine. Salt and iron and devotion running deep inside my spine. We are saltwater gospel, ancient, true, and deep. We are everything the island taught us how to keep. So, saltwater gospel, not the kind they preach inside, the kind that lives in bloodlines, in the women and the tides. Saltwater gospel, that's what we are, built from what the ocean gave us before we had a stage, before we had a star. Saltwater gospel. Hey, hey, I have stood on every continent in rooms made out of gold, but nothing ever felt as holy as the stories I was told by my nana, by my grandmother on Sunday, with the sea wind in the door, about the women who came before me and what they came before me for. Hey, they were never famous, never had a headline, never had a stage, but they carried something priceless in the scripture of their age. In the way they held the family through the hurricane and the lack, in the way they never crumbled and they never looked back. And I am every one of them, on every stage I own. See the Rastaman gives thanks for every elder who remains, for every grandmother who carried the gospel through the pains of a history that tried to take away the holy. But the saltwater gospel cannot be owned, cannot be sold. It only grows. We are saltwater gospel, ancient, true, and deep. We are everything the island taught us how to keep. Saltwater gospel, not the kind that preach inside, the kind that lives in bloodlines, in the women and the tides. Saltwater gospel, that's what we are, built from what the ocean gave us before we had a stage, before we had a star. Hey, hey. Saltwater gospel. My father took the island gospel to the ends of the earth, and the world discovered discovered something that the island always knew its worth was not in any resource, not in anything it sold, but in the people and the music and the stories that were told. Generation after generation, mouth to ear to bone, the saltwater gospel travels with every child who leaves the home island and still carries it inside the chest, inside the hands. And when they sing it in the cities, every city understands what the ocean always said before we had the word. I stopped performing for the world. I stopped performing for the world. I stopped singing for the stage. I stopped singing for the stage. The saltwater gospel in me was always the whole page. And every song we've ever sung was just our way of giving back the gospel that the island gave us. Everything we had and everything we are. Yeah, we are saltwater gospel. Ancient, true and deep. Ancient, true and deep. We are everything the island taught us how to keep. Saltwater gospel. Not the kind that preach inside, the kind that lives in bloodlines, in the women and the diet. Saltwater gospel. Always in us, always was, yeah. My grandmother's gospel was never written down, but I carry every word of it into every room I've ever entered. Every single one. The island made us holy before we knew